Maui, e tēnā rau tuku maunga, ko kaituna tuku awa, ko Rotorua, ko Maui tuku roto, ko Te Aroa tuku waka, ko Uinui kāpuka tuku wharanui, ko Ngāti Whakāui tuku iwi, ko Ruritimata tuku marae, ko Donald Caldwell, roa Kathleen Avello, Caldwell tuku maunga, ko Tony tuku ingoa kia ora, no mai, haere mai. My name is Tony Caldwell, I'm from Audit New Zealand. You'll hear from me a little bit later, but I'm just going to hand it over to my kaumātua here, Sandy Hogarth, who will have a quick kōrero to you.
Oh, sorry about the delay. My laptop came up saying your battery is running low, so I had to run around to service desk to try and find a charger. So yes, hi, thank you for having us. Sandy, look after the recruitment for Audit New Zealand and Office of the Auditor General. Now, I do have a bit of a presentation to guide us through, so let me start sharing the screen. So, welcome to Audit New Zealand. Who are we? What do we do? Audit New Zealand is the auditor for the public sector, part of the Controller and Auditor General. What do we do? Well, the title says what we do. We audit New Zealand. So public sector can be sectors including the central government like IRD, ministries, that sort of thing. Could be tertiaries, the universities, polytechs. It could be the hospitals, it could be the councils, you name it, anything public sector we do. Where do we do it? Now this is the good part. We're in 7 different offices around New Zealand. So there's always somewhere reasonably close to home, but we also travel a lot in regards to going out to the client sites. So different offices look after different areas and are of different sizes. You can see Wellington is the biggest office for Audit New Zealand and is also the main office for Office of the Auditor General. And it's also where the corporate services team are. But Auckland and Christchurch are reasonably the same size, and then the rest of them are reasonably the same size. One thing I would say, Wellington, you don't travel that much, but the rest of the offices do get to travel a lot. Some people like traveling, some people don't. But it does give you a wide variety of sectors and a wide reach of clients. And you said in the beginning, you know, I found him in Tauranga, but I got him to move to Wellington. Can you tell us a bit about that experience, Tony?
Kia ora, yes. Thank you, Sandy. Like Sandy said, I'm from TupuToa, from the Bay Plenty region. That's where I did my business and accounting degree. They on their recruitment seminars, my kaiako, my mentor at TupuToa asked me to stand up and mihi, welcome Sandy Hogarth and his team onto the grounds for a kōrero. And they really saw that as a benefit, and that kind of let the light shine on me on some of the potential candidate that they wanted to see. I took that opportunity to have a thorough kōrero with Sandy, and from there we really developed a good relationship. And when I first applied to stay in Tauranga, that was my first choice. I wanted to stay home, wanted to be around my whānau. They really wanted me down in Wellington. They wanted a lot more of that culture, a lot more of that representation from these other tertiary providers in the capital, which was massive. So I've been very lucky to take on that opportunity and be down here, and I've been exposed to a variety of different companies. For example, I've been audited entities such as the Department of Internal Affairs, Te Puni Kōriki, and I've had a lot of exposure since I've been down here. But I'll let you carry on, Sandy.
I was just putting the slide up as to what we do, and there's some of the different clients that we have, different focuses, sectors, which can expand your knowledge. It can make it more fun when you see the different risks in the different entities. Not all the risks that are in a local council are not the same as at Lotto, Te Arawhiti, Massey University. Different clients have different risks. The other thing is different clients have different balance dates. So, different sectors are more audited at certain times of the year. Tertiaries have a 31 December balance date, whereas most central government has 30 June. Lines companies have a March balance date. So different clients have different balance dates. Tony, do you know what clients you're on, for the rest of the year?
Yes, so it's been great for the most part. In the first start of the interim period of the audit, which you're getting to know your client, you're getting to know, what sector and how they work and how they operate. I've been working on such companies, like I said, about the Ministry of Māori Development, Te Puni Kōkiri, the Department of Internal Affairs, Ministry of Culture and Heritage, and such entities as the Public Library. Moving past this point, I'm actually working on the people right now that mark your papers, the NZQA, doing them this week. And further from that, when we're going on later on the year, I'll be doing back on Ministry of Culture and Heritage again, and other big entities like Expressions, which is, or NZ Symphony Orchestra. So those are big entities that we get to go and have a corridor with and learn the insides of the business and how they operate from start to finish. You build a massive relationship with these people. You're in their office maybe at 3 weeks at a time. You're never really in the home office as such for too long. You'll be moved around, delegated here and there and everywhere.
And as you can see on the right-hand side there, Niue is a country that the Auditor General is responsible for auditing, and the same as Tokelau. So we do have 2 other countries that we audit, Pacific Islands. So teams we go well, they will start going again now that the COVID restrictions have been reduced, but yes, for the last 2 years they've done the audits from the office, but prior to that they would go to the island for 2 to 3 weeks, once or twice a year depending, and so it actually got done from Samoa as well. So yeah, a little bit of travel, which is enjoyable, get to see more of the country, friends and whānau around New Zealand. Mentioned in the original part, our vision, improving trust, promoting value. So public sector is all about making New Zealand a better place. How does the Auditor General and Audit New Zealand do that? Through their audits. So if the individuals can trust the information that we look at in the audits because it is accurate, materially correct, then they will have more of a trust in our government. And then the promoting value side of things is we don't just audit the numbers, we audit the performance as well. So what the entities do with the money. So for the likes of the university, it might be student numbers, it might be pass rates, that sort of thing. For a hospital, district health board, it might be wait times at an emergency, it might be vaccination rates. Councils, it might be roads repaired, the amount of rubbish picked up. So rather than just seeing the finance team, you get to see a whole wide range of people in different areas. And at number one is capability team. I love here with the right heart, with the right. And so, you know, people do matter. It's our people that make the difference. The independence is critical, comes down to if we aren't independent, the general public or Parliament isn't going to believe what we write in our reports. You need to be independent. We act with integrity and courage. You know, we all act with the authority of the Auditor General. Sometimes we have to have difficult conversations, write difficult things in reports, but we're there with the backing of the team and the Auditor General, and we're here to make a difference. We're here to make New Zealand a better place. And it's a great place to be. Some of the Waiata is one of the things that we do each Tuesday. This photo is from our, we had a SAI meeting. SAI is Supreme Audit Institutions. It was a virtual summit. So they actually went to, originally the pre-COVID, it was supposed to be in person, but when COVID struck, they did it virtually, but they still had their session at Parliament. So we went at the Waiata there. In the middle at the front is the Auditor General, and there's most of the leadership team there, but a good range of people. Some of the other networks and groups that we have for support, fellowship, conversation, you know, there's the Rainbow Network, Pasifika Network, Women's Network, the Social Club, both for audit and the OAG. Some of the offices have a running club, some of them don't. Some of them have sports teams and some of them don't. I know there's rugby teams that, you know, play in the interfirm out of Wellington. I know there's indoor sports, indoor cricket, and there's indoor netball teams that play at lunchtime. So yeah, it's when you've got a group of people that love working in teams, you'll find that the team sports are a highlight, and it's not just the playing, it's the supporting as well. So currently our applications have closed, our applications are finished, but I know we will be hiring a couple more later in the year. Currently I am concentrating on hiring people from overseas. So if you're interested, start the conversation now. If you can send an email to graduates@auditnz.parliament.nz, when the applications are open again, I will be in touch so that you'll know about them first. But tips and tricks, get your CV up to date. It's going to be easier to do it now when you might have a little bit of downtime, because you never know how many exams and assignments you're going to have later. It is likely to be probably September before we open up again. But yeah, register your interest and we will be back in touch. Whoop. So find out more about us. Coming here, you find out a bit, but also on our website, on the Grad New Zealand website, on Facebook, LinkedIn, there's lots of information. Or ask questions. We love questions, and auditors are great if you ask questions. And we've probably got about 1 minute. Is there any questions? And if I stop sharing, then I'll see us. Is there anything else you want to say, Tony, before, if there's no questions?
Yeah, I understand there's there may not be many questions, but if I could give some advice, if you're in your second or third year, don't be afraid to reach out to these companies and express your interest, because here at Audit New Zealand, we have had Kōrero John Ryan, the Auditor General, and he does want to see a lot of Māori and Pasifika graduates come through our graduate program, which is at the highest level. We welcome that that kaupapa, we welcome that kōrero, we welcome that opportunity to foster those relationships. So, you know, it never hurts to ask. It never hurts to put yourself in front of the ball and present yourself. I know it can feel awkward. You may feel inadequate, but all you can do is try. And if you want that high quality level of training and exposure to some of the, you know, a lot of the companies that, you know, run the country, you know, look no further. You know, we do have the backing, and we do want to really establish that, not just at the graduate level, also at the lateral level, but that's another discussion for another time. But yeah, put yourself out there, give yourself the best go, and we wish you all the best with your studies and that you commit. And yeah, ngā mihi nui, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, Tony.
Ka pai. Thank you very much, Sandy and Tony. That was fantastic. Great insights.
We just got a question there.
Yep.
What are you looking for in a candidate when you're interviewing them?
Them. Be themselves, have good communication, good team skills or teamwork. We know you're going to be nervous. The first couple of questions are designed to get you to relax. But the rest of it's about what you've done. What have you done now, recently, further back in your past? It's, you know, all your experiences. Don't just think we want to know about work or uni. It's the whole you, whether it's sport, religion, whānau, the whole lot. There is answers to the questions in you. It's a matter of working out which one is the right one. But yeah, I suppose the biggest thing is listen to the question and answer what they are looking for as an examples of what they are looking for. If you don't understand, ask them to repeat. Is there another way you can word this question? So the most important thing is you can understand. So yeah, don't hesitate to ask them to repeat it.
Great tips. Thanks, Sandy, and thanks for your time today as well, participating in the panel session as well.
Thanks for having us. It's been a pleasure.